Good evening and welcome back to the channel. Going to be opening a play booster box of Lorwyn Eclipsed tonight. A little bit different of a background. Try to keep with magic, but as my description says in the channel, I'm not just going to talk necessarily about magic cards, but other things that I find interesting. Other collectibles, movies, TV, etc. However, tonight thought I'd use my Star Wars, a little bit of my Star Wars collection. Now, this is only a small percentage of it. I've been collecting Star Wars now for about 15 years. In my opinion, it's one of the best sets in LEGO that you can purchase and invest in and make decent amount of money if you hold it over hold it over a long period of time. And sometimes even short. They do have a tendency to misprint figures. One of the most recent ones was a Qui-Gon Jinn with just a slight discoloration or an alternate coloration of his hair and skin tone. But you also get figures such as Cloud City Boba Fett. Both these guys are real and authentic. Got them pre-COVID, back when collectibles were a little less expensive. Since then, a lot of the stuff has blown up, but although it's blown up in price, it's also come down quite a bit. At the peak, Boba Fett here was around $3 grand a piece, used, with new ones fetching more than that. The original set was it came out with MSRP around $100 to $200. Don't remember exactly, but it's a very coveted set. It's one of the harder ones to get because of how expensive it is from a regular set rather than a Ultimate Collector's Series. But I picked both these guys up. One was with a full set of Cloud City that I got off of Craigslist. Was pretty fortunate to grab it. Got it for a steal of a price. Again, pre-COVID, so I think I got it for around $600 with all figures included, which now the set goes for $5,000 to $6,000. Each minifigure is worth over $100 easily, with Boba Fett, Luke, Leia and Lando commanding the most. Bridget. Foil lands. But as I mentioned, like, just investing in Star Wars Legos has been fun. I have a ton of sets, most of them unopened. I got a bunch of loose figures that I've collected over the years, buying people's sets and pulling out what I want and then reselling the stuff that I didn't want, which has worked out well for me. My collection is quite expensive now, and I didn't even have to spend even a fraction of what I would have if I just went out and bought all the sets alone. Two of the sets here, the Endor shield generator station, and there's actually this one over here is actually two sets. It's the Rancor pit and Jabba's palace. It's pretty cool because they were sold separately, but you could stack them on top of each other. Again, figures are super expensive. The Rancor in of itself is $150. Crown. Ooh, Hexing Squelcher, that's a hit. Been looking for this guy. I've opened a couple packs and also a collector booster. Didn't really get too much out of the collector booster from some of the cards I really wanted. I did get 6 shock lands, but I was disappointed to actually get no foil dual-sided. Felt like I was kind of robbed on that. I've seen a lot of pack openings or box openings and saw that, you know, most people scored at least one of those in every box. So I felt a little bummed out that, you know, I wasn't as fortunate, but I did get 6, which is above average for the boxes themselves. Usually I've been seeing about 4, so I guess, you know, I just got, instead of getting the foil, I just got 2 extra ones. But I think it came to 2 borderless and 4 standard, but I think all the standard were foils too, so at least there's that bonus to it. So, cruising through this, trying not to spend too much time on the commons. So far, no fabled frames. My other openings, Clonalendra, Scuzzback Scrounger, and full art non-foil land, but that's our foil rare. Wonder how many foil rares we'll get. We'll see. The other openings that I've done, it's been basically 2 fable frames. That was in a bundle box and a pre-release kit. Both times we got 2 fabled frames, and both of them were in the uncommons. I know it's possible to get a special guest. Speak of the devil, there's a fable frame now. In the regular booster packs. Ashling, he flips over. I haven't seen him in standard. Foil and the swamp. But I've seen one box opening where someone pulled a special guest, and I think it's in the last of the uncommon slots, or last of the common slots. So cruise along through this. Illusion Spinners, Gnarlback, Champion of the Weird. He was my promo card, I believe, that didn't have a promo stamp. Foil, Eclipsed Kitchen. The card I really want is the Bitterbloom Bearer. That looks fun, especially if you team it up with the special guest, Bitter Blossom. So we'll see. My collector box, I ended up getting 2 special guests, the 1000-Year Vial and the Boggle. Boggle is okay. The Vial is pretty cool. Grub's Command, Foil, Swamp, Kithkin Token. Try to speed this up a little bit. I don't want it to be too long of a video. I feel like the longer the videos, the less people watch. Unless you get some really interesting dialogue going on. So let's see, stack of commons. We got Wretched. Try to hold these up a little closer. Ooh, Hallowed Fountain. So there's our first Shockland. Put that over here. Darkness Descends and foil land. Really curious to see how many shocks I get with this. My booster bundle, I didn't get any. In my pre-release kit, I got 1. So curious to see if that sticks. I've seen other people get 3 in their bundles, 2 or 3. I got 0. Got 0 mythics too, so I'd like to see a mythic in this. That would be nice. Bristlebane, Battler, and Burning Curiosity. Florida Islands. So, besides Legos, I also have a small Transformer collection. So leave in the comments things that you guys collect or you're interested in. Never got into the Funko Pop things. I've gotten a couple given me as gifts, but never really understood that one. Buddy of mine, he's really into it. Gloom Ripper. But I just can't get into them. They take up a lot of space too. It's kind of like the Legos. Take up a ton of space, especially when they're set up. Boxes, at least I can stack them and store them nicely. However, I just don't have the room to open them all. I'd say 75% of my collection is still in the box, just because I have nowhere to put them. I originally got them to open and assemble with my son. He wasn't too into Legos. Ooh, there's a special guest. Sweet. And that was the last of the commons, yep. Wandering Prophets. Champion a merfolk. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, you may sacrifice a merfolk. If you do, take an extra turn after this one. That sounds fun. It is kind of expensive, though. I'll put that in the potential head. I'm not really sure what the value of is it, but it's nice to see a special guest. Shimmering Gross, Protective Response, and Tam, the first year. And Noggle Robber. Foil alert. One of the things I found with the Star Wars, for the most part, they just always go up. It's just not a question of if, it's just when. And depending on, you know, the different figures in there, whether or not they're exclusive to the set, or especially later when, alright, so we get double rare, Disruptor of Currents, Safe Right, and Scarblade's Mouse for the foil. But yeah, the Star Wars Legos are just, to me, gold mines, right? Some of the battle packs, especially back in the early teens, I guess, is what we'd refer to them as, were, you know, $15, $20 battle packs, and now they're $70 to $90 plus, brand new in the box. And I've got a decent amount of those floating around. At some point, I'm going to sell them. High Perfect Morkant and the Vile Bogart. Try to hold these a little better. I realize that sometimes my finger might be in the way, so you can't read it. But even just these sets alone, right, going back to the Rancor pit, and even Jabba's palace, they'll never do a palace like that again. It was considered, I think, culturally insensitive, the way it looked. Not 100% sure why, but that's word on the street. If you know, let me know in the comments. I don't feel like looking it up. Let's see, Shawn Striker, Soulbringer, Curious Colossus. So I think, is that our first mythic? Well, I guess the special guest is a mythic, so I'll put them over there. Oh, and we get a foil mythic, Morningtide's Light. It's supposedly a decent one too. Exile any number of target creatures at the beginning of the next step. Return those cards to the battlefield tapped under their owner's control. Until next turn, prevent all damage that would be dealt to you, then exile Morningtide's Light. Cool. So that was actually a double mythic pack. So that's cool. Up to 3 mythics now, which, again, I wasn't very fortunate with the booster bundle. I mean my bundle box, but this one seems to be going alright. Still only one Shockland though. Hoping to see some more of those. But with the Rancor and Jabba's Palace, those things have just skyrocketed. For some of it, I didn't get the full parts. I was able to piece those together to fully assemble it. I'm still missing a couple. Mornsong Aria. Oops. Another mythic. Aurora Awakener. So mythics are just like flying off the shelf now. Put that there. Wonder Island. Piles are... Move this common pile out of the way. But yeah, there's still a couple pieces I'm missing in there, and as I go through collections and, again, take out what I want, I try to look and find the pieces that I need or missing. So it's worked out. Sometimes if there's like a real set that interests me, right, that's in a collection, I will try to assemble it. It is kind of a pain in the butt to do that. Just going through thousands upon thousands of pieces to find the ones that you need. Twilight Diviner. But, you know, sometimes you can find a gem like these two, or the shield generator station, power station. But trying to get some of my minifigures more in cases. You can see them. It's just the bottom part of it. I'm not going to move the camera right now, but as I mentioned, I got upwards of 2,000 to 3,000 minifigures, just Star Wars wise. The Lord of the Rings sets are really cool too. I didn't actually purchase any, but I did buy a guy's set that had almost all of the Lord of the Rings sets, and at the time I think I bought the set for $200. Now the Rice Evermore, now like each minifigure by itself for Lord of the Rings, at cheapest, most of those are like 20 bucks a piece. So I think I priced it out, and just in Lord of the Rings minifigures, I didn't keep any of the sets. I sold all the sets. I didn't want them. I just wanted minifigures, or else, again, just zero room anyway. But I picked up probably 75 to 80% of the Lord of the Rings minifigures, which is pretty cool. Well, sorry for the interruption. I got a little craziness in the house and had to stop to talk to someone. Don't really remember what I was talking about. Oh, the Lord of the Rings sets. Yeah, those just crushed it over time. Lord of the Rings, just like in Magic, it just has gone up. The sets that they have now are super cool as well, but again, I just don't have any places for them. Steam vents. Love to. All the different Lords of the Rings sets are, especially now they're doing the expensive collector series ones, Rivendell, Bargor. Not too keen on the Shire, but a ton of figures with that. Trying to get through these comments fast. All right, then we got. But I'd love to pick up those sets. It's just one of those things where another double Champions of the Shoal. Down to the last third of the box here. So far, 2 shocks, regular, non-foil. 3 mythics. And then one being a special guest. Why am I throwing that there? But yeah, Legos was, I always, as a kid, you know, I wanted Legos. I wanted more than just family couldn't afford it. So as I got older, I was like, well, I got my own job. I can buy things I want now. So I started buying Legos. And here's a mythic, Soul Immolation. I like the, it's a little bit of a glare there. I like the Fable framed art for this one. Much better than that one. That one is, I don't even know what's going on here. I can't even tell. Is that a monster or something there? I don't know. Is it someone's soul that got swallowed? I don't know. I'm confused by that art. Not really sure what it's supposed to be. All right. This, but yeah, growing up, just kind of same thing with Transformers. It's why a lot of the stuff I have now is the stuff I collect. Again, it's more of, couldn't really afford too many Transformers. It was more of a GoBot household, which GoBots are not Transformers. Doran, Besieged by Time, and another rare, Grub. I'll flip that one over. Grub, Storied Matriarch. I haven't seen this one in the standard frame yet. The black and red on both sides. Pirate Strike and Full Art Mountain. But yeah, my son actually got this during COVID, he got a supply box or a care package from his aunt and uncle down in New York, and they sent him basically their son's 1980s Transformer collection, which I was more excited about than him. I don't even think he remembers it anymore, but I have a bunch of them in my office because he didn't seem to be too enthused by it. But I'm pumped. I never had an Optimus Prime, Dream Harvest with the eyes being stolen, and Grub Story Matriarch again, but in the full art. So about 6 or 7 packs left, still only 2 shocks, no foil. I have seen that you can get the flippy shocks from regular packs. What the heck did I do to this one? But yeah, so I mean, all the Transformers I wanted except for Megatron came in that box, which was awesome. Like I said, never had an Optimus Prime, Perceptor, the little microscope guy, which he actually is a microscope. Not a very good one, but still practicality. The only thing that was missing out of it was really Goliath Daydreamer. It was really Megatron, Starscream, and Soundwave. Those were the other ones that, as a kid, really wanted. Nice full art foil land. Anyway, getting close to the end of this. I know I mentioned about doing giveaways and stuff like that. I'm planning on doing it, still trying to figure out how to do it. Learning some of the aspects of YouTube, but I will start giving some stuff away. Hopefully do some other fun things that I have ideas about. Grave Shifter, Prismatic, Boulder Dash, Overgrown Tomb, nice. So 3rd Shockland, and Blight Rot, and a Swamp. So, I mean, I guess one of the good things is that from a Shockland standpoint, they're all different. I think the only one we're missing right now is Blood Crypt. Hopefully we can get one of the reversible with the Lorwyn side and Shadowmoor side. Again, those are cool. I got a few of them on my collector box, but I think 2. But again, no foil one, so I was a little bummed out about that. But just like Billy Bob Thornton says in Bad Santa, can't all be winners. So I was happy with another Oko. That's a good one. Lauren's Liege. I could do it this way, like other people do, so you can see both sides. So generate some elks or transform them, getting all creature types, which could be interesting. Looks a little bit of a off-center to the right over here. All right, what else do we get? We got Flame Chain Mauler and Island. So 4 packs left. I'll work on trying to be able to walk and chew bubblegum at the same time. Not get too distracted. I do have ADD, so it can be a problem. Like all of a sudden I see a shiny object and I don't really know what to do. So let's see, commons. But I'm happy with the Shockland so far. Again, just one of the flippy doos. Tristan's Command. And foil. Oh, Oko's in the wrong spot. He's a mythic. Preacher. Last 3 packs. I'll do kind of like a small summary. I'm not going to go through everything, but again, not too many fabled frames. Looks like that's maybe 1 in every 6 packs on average. I'd have to count it out. I just didn't see a lot of them. Nozzle of the Mind, Crossover, Manders, Bristolian Champions of the Perfect, and another foil rare with Bree. Just put that foil there, it's not that big a deal. I do like the art on that swamp, especially with the foiling. I don't know if you can see it through the camera too well, but the eyes really pop. It's kind of cool. It's like, almost looks like a monster. The hut. It's cool. I like that. Last 2 packs. Love the Bitterbloom Bear. That's the guy I'm still looking for. Should be doing a collector box opening later this week. I'm going to try to keep up with about 2 videos a week for now, or else I'll just go broke. Can't afford to just go crazy buying all this stuff, but I do have 1 collector box on the way, and I'm going to look to go get another one, the Lava Leaper. I did get the Fabled frame. It definitely looks a little bit cooler in the Fabled frame as opposed to, is that a Jackalope? With his flaming horns. Ooh, Gloom Ripper. It's a good one. Another, I think I got Gloom Ripper a little bit earlier, but it is with the Fable frame art. Again, like I said, I think in the other video, it reminds me of the Samurai Jack. All right, last pack. Let's go Bitterbloom Bear. Mind again. Oop, crap. Catastrophe. Let's see what happens. I'm still here. We got Mander's Guide and Winnowing. Just dropping the rice everywhere. And then the Eclipsed Bogart. And the Full Art Island. So at the end, looks like, go through this a little bit. So we got, how many mythics? We got 1, we got Oko, Soul Immolation, Aurora Awakener, Morningtide's Light, which foil mythic, which is kind of cool. Curious Colossus, the Wonderwine Prophets, which again is special guest, so you can get them in these packs, like I said, and the Hexing Squelcher. So I'm pumped about this guy. I do like his other art better, where he kind of looks like a little goat goblin guy in the background of a cave. And decent stack of rares with 2 foil rares. And finally, we got the Hollowed Fountain, the Steam Vents, and the Overgrown Tomb. I think I got Blood Crypt in my other video. I'll have to check. Actually, no, I didn't. I got the Hollowed Fountain, but in foil version. So anyway, that's it for the video today. Thanks for joining. Hope to see you all soon. We've got a winter storm warning coming up this weekend. And I think there's even one going around for the southern U.S. Frigid temperatures, so stay safe and try not to die.